what is it, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I mean, I'll never forget that, and I never missed one of those boxing matches. It was amazing.
At a recent House hearing on the state of boxing, Lonnie Ali, the wife of legendary Muhammad Ali, testified before Congress on how to revive a sport that has been in decline for years. She highlighted key reforms to improve safety, protect fighters, and strengthen the future of boxing. Watch her full testimony to Congress right here.
Thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today to discuss H.R. 4624, the Muhammad Ali American Boxing Revival Act. My name is Lonnie Ali, and I am honored to speak to you as the wife and partner of the greatest boxer of all time, the self-proclaimed, globally recognized, and original GOAT, Muhammad Ali. I met Muhammad in 1963 when I was 6 years old and living in Louisville, Kentucky. Back then, the young Cassius Clay played a role in my life as a hometown hero and a growing global icon whose influence extended far beyond the ring throughout his career. After his retirement for boxing, we married, and I stood beside him for more than 3 decades as his closest companion, advocate, and eventually his caregiver. Muhammad went on to become an Olympic champion and 3-time heavyweight champion of the world, earning numerous accolades, and including the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2005 from President George W. Bush. Boxing gave Muhammad a platform to speak truth to power, to fight for civil rights, and to inspire millions around the world. He believed that boxing gave him the public platform to serve others, to be the voice for the voiceless. Muhammad often said, "Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth." Needless to say, he lived his life practicing what he preached. He appreciated and utilized the immense platform boxing gave him to serve others and speak out about issues that moved him. Today, as co-founder of the Muhammad Ali Center in Louisville, I carry forward Muhammad's legacy of promoting respect, hope, and understanding throughout the world. The center serves as both a museum and a cultural institution, celebrating his global legacy, and as an educational institution that inspires young people to find their own greatness. This brings me to why I strongly support H.R. 4624. Congress has long recognized that boxing needs help. 25 years ago, Congress honored Muhammad by enacting the Muhammad Ali Boxing Reform Act to address corruption and other problems in boxing. These issues were not new to Muhammad, to Congress, or to the country. Indeed, in the 1960s, it was well known that the mob controlled much of boxing. In the late 1990s and the early 2000s, Muhammad and I were honored to work with the late and honorable Senator John McCain of Arizona to strengthen reforms throughout the Muhammad Ali Boxing Reform Act. 25 years later, boxing has suffered a steady decline in both popularity and integrity. Young athletes who might have once seen boxing as a pathway to success now face a system plagued by structural limitations, inadequate safety protections, and limited opportunities for fair compensation. One needs only to understand that HBO, Showtime, and ESPN have dropped boxing programming to know that boxing is in trouble. I was asked about this bill and felt a personal obligation to assess whether it would be good for boxing and for boxers. I certainly cannot speak for Muhammad. As you know, he had a way with words. The perspective I bring is whether this bill reinforces Muhammad's life's work, and it does. In addition to injecting some much-needed competition into the current system, this bill has significant health, safety, and integrity provisions that will no doubt be good for the sport. These three elements are particularly meaningful to me: minimum compensation, mandatory MRI testing, which will require MRI and MRA tests every 3 years, and performance and recovery centers. Muhammad's perspective on boxing transcended its demanding physical aspects. He was well known for his focus on the mental and emotional strength, courage, and self-belief gained through the sport, viewing boxing as a platform for expressing convictions and inspiring others. He believed in the importance of mental fortitude and willpower, professing that the will must be stronger than the skill. If Muhammad were here today, I know he would want to ensure that boxing remains strong and viable for generations to come, providing opportunities for other athletes to pursue their goals and dreams just like he did. This legislation has the potential to create countless opportunities for young athletes while establishing the safety standards and ethical practices that should have been in place long ago. It can help restore boxing's position as a respected American sport while ensuring that fighters who make it great are treated with dignity and the protection they deserve. Given its enhanced protections for boxers, I believe Muhammad would be proud to have his name associated with this legislation.
Just because a guy doesn't have a serious injury the day of the fight or the week after the fight doesn't mean that over a course of 20 fights, he's going to have something that pops up when he's 55 years old, which is what's happened to the NFL now. So thanks.
Thank you.
Excuse me, may I add something to the testimony that Mr. Epstein just gave?
Please, Mrs. Ali, go ahead.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Congressman, for your questions, because I think they're important. And as I said in my testimony, brain health is especially important to me because my husband suffered with Parkinson's disease, not from boxing, but I have seen what boxing can do to people. As you said, hitting people with your head can later in life bring on Alzheimer's. That's why I am so proud and happy that this particular act brings in brain health as an issue, as a component, where this MRIs will be performed every 3 years so that the detection of brain health, the boxer will know where he is headed, how his brain health is, because you can see the imaging, you can see the damage that might be done and where it might lead to, especially when you are being seen by a neurologist who that is their expertise. As Mr. Epstein mentioned, out in the Cleveland Clinic out in Las Vegas does that specifically for boxers. So no other provision in this, the parallel, I should say, the parallel boxing industry provides for this. No one asked my husband to take a required MRI to be sanctioned, to be licensed. This was something we did later, of course, in his life and found out about the Parkinson's disease, but it wasn't asked for any other boxer. So this is a provision, I think, that is a strength that shows that the UBOs would be very, very interested and protective of the athlete. And one of the provisions, as I said, that I am so proud to have in there.
Thank you.
It's inspiring to see the foundation continue to do so many good things, especially the pursuit to improve the boxing industry and raise awareness of neurological diseases. I know that your husband would be very proud of this legislation and everything that's honors his name, that bears his name, that does good for the industry. In addition to enacting Representative Jack's legislation, the Muhammad Ali Boxing Revival Act, what more can be done to address general safety and health concerns in boxing?
Well, I'm not the expert, sir, but I think we're off to a good start with this bill. As you know, as I said, the brain health is what's most important to me, and I think we're doing that. If I was to suggest that maybe it would be more often, maybe every year instead of every 3 years. With regards to the physicals, I know that is important, the health and safety of the physicals, and I know that is also something that ends up with the state athletic commissions to make sure that the boxer is healthy. But also, as Mr. English mentioned about, and Mr. Epstein mentioned about drug testing and making sure that that is done randomly, it's transparent, and results are shared. And also, what is important is that when you think about the health of a boxer, it's not just the physical health, it's also about the economic health of a boxer and how that plays into this. The minimum standard that that the bill is offering is $150 per round, which is more than what is in 40-plus states already. This gives an opportunity for boxers to earn a decent wage while boxing, which is important, and also gives them an opportunity in this system to ascend rightfully, competitively in their ranks to earn even more money. When I think about this bill and how it promotes Muhammad's legacy, it's about lifting people up, preserving boxing for America, making sure, like I said, that opportunity exists for other athletes, other people who want to pursue boxing, because this is, as you said, it's a sport that's been in America for a very long time, over 100 years. It's the common man's sport, and everybody deserves an opportunity and access to be able to walk into a boxing gym and pick up a pair of gloves and aspire to be something greater.
Right. Well, what would you hope to see change in the sport to foster new interest in boxing?
I think that right now we are looking at a barren landscape. Boxing is not there, and we need to change that. And how do we do that? The existing model, even though it's there, it is still fraught with problems and challenges for boxers. This is a parallel organization opportunity for boxers to participate in that will enhance, I think, the opportunity for boxing to be on a regular cadence, as Mr. Epstein said, on television, promote it, to bring back boxing. This is the start. This UBO is one organization. That does not prevent other UBOs from coming into existence, which is important. So when you see that competitive spirit and the ability to create that spectator sport, which is what all sports, professional sports really are, I think it's something that will increase awareness of the sport and really regain that fan base.
Very good.
Your testimony talks about, and we've all talked about the steady decline in popularity and integrity. And you've talked about what H.R. 4624 does address as far as the industry, but how's it going to elevate the sport's prominence to where it once was? Do you believe it's got the potential to do that?
I don't know all the answers to that, sir, but I do believe it has the potential. And what you just mentioned about the fighter, the boxing club that's in Augusta, and you lifting that up, that is one thing that this Unified Boxing Organization and this bill talk about, that they intend to invest in those police athletic leagues that are in different communities. As I said, this is the sport for the common man, where a child can walk in with a pair of sneakers and that's all they need, and get a pair of boxing gloves that takes them off the street. It gives them community. It gives them goals. It gives them hope. It gives them inspiration. It gives them guidance and coaching, and that's important. And the investment into those police athletic leagues that used to exist when my husband came along, that he became a part of. Joe Martin, the officer who coached my husband for a very long time, was the head of that police athletic league that gave my husband that platform, that start to become who he was, a global icon. So that, the sky's the limit, and this is really important, of pushing that pipeline of children.
For more congressional news, stay tuned to Congress Clips, and thanks for watching.